Hey, what's going on, guys? In this video, we're going to be checking out the Jada Toys die-cast metals. This is the Dark Knight Tumbler, along with Batman. Taking the old tape measure, Batman stands at 3 inches tall, which is about the same size as the Adam West Batman. We'll go ahead and take the Batmobile. Batmobile is 8 inches in length, and if you count the top of the fins, these little flap portions here, it's about 3 inches in height. And it's about closer to 2 3/4 inches right at the top roof section here. This is looking at the second Batmobile from the Jada Toys die-cast metals. Just recently had a look at the Classic Series Batmobile. Now we're having a look at the Tumbler. Several years and movies later, a lot of people think of this as their favorite of the Batmobiles. Never really, I don't really know if it's actually referred to as a Batmobile at any point in the movie. It's just called like the Tumbler. But again, it's a beautiful looking vehicle, very more militaristic in its design. Obviously, its core purpose is the fact that it would be leaping for areas that didn't have bridges. So it would be able to propel itself across ravines, then giving it the reasoning why it has to have such large terrain tread tires, and of course the jet propulsion on the back. Now, much like the Classic series that we looked at, the undercarriage here is plastic on the bottom of the Batmobile, but then the top here is all the metal. It's not 100% metal, actually. These little flap areas here on the back of the Tumbler are actually plastic. But everything else does feel very heavy and substantial, which is one of the things I do like about the die-cast line. The tires have a slight bit of suspension to them as well. Very large tires, and they do feel like they're a slight rubber material perhaps used for the tires themselves. The front do again feel like they're maybe like a very dense plastic, like a softer plastic or a dense rubber. So nice treading adding to the front of the Tumbler here. Again, primarily a black vehicle. It's not really, well, in the beginning, it's more of a tanned vehicle, and then in The Dark Knight Rises, of course, we see like the camo printed Tumblers, but it definitely does look quite good in black. Just taking a quick break from the Batman here, just bring the camera up here, or taking a break from the Tumbler, let's have a look at the Batman that came included with this as well. Now, much like the Adam West Batman, he is just a statued piece. In other words, you can't really sit him inside the Tumbler. His purpose is really just to stand alongside the vehicle, which is likely how, really the best way to display these is have the Batmobiles and then the corresponding Batman figures in front of them. Now, I may not have even noticed this, perhaps, with the Adam West Batman, but the Bale Batman here does have head posability. Really, head posability in the sense of just the way it's pegged in to the top of the neck allows for a little bit of movement there. Details, because this is a black suit after all, the details are good, but the paint is very minimal. You can almost barely make out the Bat logo. It's right there. A little bit of gold breaks that up, and much like the other Batman, you've got more of a kind of a rubbery cape. As it goes for a Batman, for small details, it looks quite good, I have to admit. Again, going back to the Tumbler, though, I'll just pick this up. And the Batmobile, the classic one, had the doors that open from the side. Obviously, the Tumbler doesn't really work that way, but it does still open up. You basically, all these little side areas, the little notches here, basically that's where it opens. And I guess you could kind of grab it from the front, but I find it's easier to kind of grab it from like these little areas. If you can get your finger underneath there, you can then lift up the top of the Tumbler, and you can see all the details inside. So for example, you've got your two-seater, and we just slightly spin it around. You can see a couple of details on the front here. There's the section where Batman would be able to come forward and then slide down to the front area here, where he, when the vehicle's in kind of like that stealth mode, and then he would be able to come back over and be upright to the front here. Not really an area where the bat pod could exist, but that's something you just have to suspend disbelief of. Some nice gold accents there on the sides. And nice gold on the top there. Again, these are the only areas on the top that seem to be more of a plastic and a little bit more fragile by comparison. Like the clear plastic that they've used for the side of the windows and the front. And we just close that shut. Now, just to do a couple of comparisons, because I thought it would be fun. There's the Tumbler, and we just reach off camera. Here's the classic TV series Batmobile, so you can see the differencing between the two. Now, if these are accurate to scale, you can see that the classic series is longer than the Tumbler, but the Tumbler, obviously, going forward, has much more girth. He's much more wider of a vehicle by comparison. Jada Toys has released actually a couple of these. Just reaching off, I'm just trying to see where did I put the Adam West? I'm not really sure where I put him. The Jada Toys has actually recently released a couple of these, being the classic series. They released the '89 Batmobile, which again would be right there, the Tumbler, and they also released the Ben Affleck or Batman v Superman Batmobile, which we will be looking at in the next video. Didn't get a chance to get the '89 Batmobile yet, but certainly would love to get that one because it's one of my favorite Batmobiles of all time. But again, I really like the fact that Jada Toys are making these. They're known for other things as well, you know, some of the Fast and Furious cars and whatnot too, which I hope to review in future videos. But for me, like, the draw is the Batmobiles. And I'd love to see them approach, despite feelings of what the movies were like, I'd like to see them do... you know, like a Batman and Robin Batmobile, and of course the Batman Forever Batmobile too, and then we could kind of just have all of them on the shelf in sequence to how they appear in the shows and the movies. In the meantime, though, again, a beautiful looking piece. I love the fact that it's got some substantial weight to it. Like, it doesn't feel like it's just all plastic. You've got the good solid aspects of it being the metal on the top there. Good job once again by Jada Toys. You guys can pretty much find these in some stores have them. Comic book stores you can also check out too if you guys are looking to pick these up as well. And of course, there's always the options of eBay if you're looking to add these to your collection too. Today, though, we were checking out the Jada Toys die-cast metal line. This was the Dark Knight, or Batman Begins, really. This was the Dark Knight Christian Bale Batman, along with his Batmobile, the Tumbler. If you guys like this video, certainly hit it with a like. If you haven't had a chance to subscribe to this channel, what are you waiting for? Hit that little subscribe button down below. And if you want to see more Jada Toys stuff, there's a playlist on this channel where you can go back and not only see the diecast vehicles, but you can also see the figures that I've done for Jada as well. As always, guys, thanks for watching as you always do. See you next time.